Here we have the all-new 2024 GMC Sierra 2500 HD. Now this one comes in the AT4X trim level with that coveted AEV edition. This one is in Thunderstorm Gray, which is just an incredible color in my opinion. And then we get that Obsidian Rush perforated leather interior. And for the powertrain, we get a 6.6 liter Duramax turbo diesel V8 engine, made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. So as we come around to the front end here, love the LED headlamps and LED daytime running lights, and I love the design they show on the camera, but unfortunately they don't do that in real life. That's just how the camera's picking them up. But the LED fog lights look good as well. Love that AEV front bumper. Just a menacing, aggressive look there. Down here we have 18-inch wheels. And just look at these tires. Power running boards, passive keyless entry on the front two doors. Memory seat functions, power door lock controls. We have express down for the back and then power, or one touch up and down for the front in terms of the windows, excuse me. And then we have power sliding and power folding mirrors here, blind spot monitors. Just wanted to demonstrate that. Those are one touch as well, and then power mirror controls are there. We do get a premium Bose sound system, tons of storage in the door panel, of course, and I love the trim that they have here, that Obsidian Rush. It matches the leather interior, which I'll show you in a minute. Four-wheel drive controls, drive modes, headlamp controls, electronic parking brake, press to engage the brake, press it again to disengage, heads-up display controls, hood releases there. We do get a manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Now I am surprised that it's not power. I mean, it is a heavy duty truck, but for this price point, I just would have expected power. Meanwhile, we get 16-way front seats here that are power, 4-way power lumbar, and then we have the massage function as well. And I mean, that's just an aggressive look there, having that stitch in the headrest and then just having this Obsidian Rush interior. Just a nice aggressive look. Now, if you're interested in how this tows, we have conventional trailer 18.5, gooseneck 15.5, and then we have the max payload at 25.65. But huge shout out to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this truck today. Hopefully y'all can see the sticker for the most part there. You can pause if you need to zoom in. And this thing stickers at $105,275. So we have that AEV edition package, so it's $93.95 in terms of the additional cost on top of the AT4X package itself. And then having that Thunderstorm Gray as an option. You get quite a bit with this truck in particular though. Love how it's spec'd out. But legroom is good, headroom is fantastic. I'm 6'3", still have several inches on top of me to sit in the back seat. And then we have 3-stage heated outboard seats, USB-C, USB-A input, rear AC vents, bottle holders. And then we do get 2 more in the middle seat here. Additional storage for smaller phones. And I mean, I love this kind of Alcantara feeling headliner here. And then I love that we have the nice sturdy heavy duty hooks here if you want to hang several uniforms, hangers, shirts, whatever. And there we have the fuel filler. And then to the back end, we also have the signature LED tail lamps. Nice look there. There's a look underneath the truck. And then we do have the GMC multi-pro tailgate, so we can go to work on that. This one also has the kicker sound system built in to the tailgate itself, which is nice. And we can, if we have a gooseneck, we can hook that up, lights there, our 5th wheel, and then holes are already drilled back there. And there's a 120 volt 3-prong there. Now it's good to go. And as we come around to the front passenger seat, again, 16-way. I love that you get it on both sides with that massage function. But just a good look, I should say a great looking truck inside and out. Lockable glove compartment down here. You have a top cubby here, and that's kind of carpeted. I like how that was made. Feels that much fancier. And then back around to the front end. Let's take a look at this 6.6 liter turbo diesel V8. And there she is. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat now. And having power running boards makes it that much easier to get in and out of this thing. I want to scoot this back because this isn't my driving position, but I want you all to be able to get that wider angle. You can see everything, but there's the horn there, heated steering wheel, leather wrap, feels fantastic. Now we do get the Google Assistant system here, so that gives you AM, FM, XM radio, Bluetooth audio. We have the Google News, Amazon Alexa, and Google Podcast apps. We also get wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. And then we have I'll open the maps on here because you do have to have the subscription set up to use the Google Maps system, but the Google Maps system is so intuitive, just very, very capable in my opinion. And then I like how on the side menu here, you can pull up different things and scroll through there. That has to load there, but that's the actual map system. So you can have that on the side as you're using everything else, audio sources, trailering guide. Then you have just a clock there if you want to make it look a bit more sophisticated. But let's just say we're using a guest trailer here. We can go ahead and test the lights, cameras, all of that there, even the weight. And then we get dual zone automatic climate controls with 3-stage heated cool front seats. Buttons and knobs are down here, and then we can also use this here on the screen if you want to adjust that way. Which using the screen is pretty fun. It's very quick on its feet, but some people just, myself included, probably just use the knobs most of the time. You can adjust language and all of that here in the settings. And then let's just check out these cameras real quick. So tons of views here, front cameras there, backup cameras there. We have a bird's eye view, curbside view, trailer hitch view, and then my favorite, the bed view. So if you have something back there, you can keep an eye on it. And then exhaust brake, lane keep assist, lane departure, parking sensors. We can fold that tailgate down. Hazards are here, traction control, windows down, rear differential lock, which is nice. And then we have a downhill brake control or hill descent, whatever you want to call it. And then back to the screen, this is a volume knob. So you can adjust that, mute the audio, and then you have a actual button for the home page if you don't want to use that button down there. So I'm glad they thought of some people who just like having buttons like myself. The storage is here, USB-A and USB-C inputs here, bottle holders, trailer brake controller, and then we do have a wireless charging pad right in there. Now our center console cubby space is pretty busy. So we have a USB-C, USB-A input. Again, that wireless charging pad is kind of integrated into that. And a 120 volt 3-prong there, and a removable tray. And then you have all that additional space there. And I like that they put a light in there. Now, manual sunroof shade, but we have a power sliding rear window, and then the controls for the sunroof are right there. Garage door transmitter, OnStar, a rear camera mirror. And with all that being said, I'm gonna slide the roof back. And while we watch that go back, I'm gonna show how the power rear window slides as well. And then that's how far the roof goes back, and we can one-touch slide it back. But back to the steering wheel, we have the column shifter on the right side, so just hit the brake, pull down, reverse, neutral drive, and you have that low gear, and you can manually shift there. That limiter, all 10 speeds of the Allison transmission. And then windshield wiper controls are here. One time, it's off, all the intermittent, and then low, high. And then the front wiper fluid, you just hit that button there, activates that. Auto high beam toggles on the side there, and then when the low beam's wrong, we can just toggle the high beams there and flash there. Now behind on the left side, track list or radio station favorites can be toggled, and then the volume can be turned up or down there. And then cruise control, of course we get adaptive cruise here. Forward collision alert, gap adjust, as well as the adaptive cruise gap can be adjusted using that button. And then we have voice recognition, mute, and we can use the scroll bar and these arrows to go through the middle part of the digital gauge cluster. So I can actually change what's shown on these gauges here I mean, lower gauges are there. Right side, we can adjust that. Left side, we can adjust that. The whole layout, we can adjust. And then we can change our units from US to metric right there in the options menu. Now, the only other thing is the heads-up display. So we can toggle the brightness, and then as well, we can move the heads-up display up or down. And I'll show you right in here. It doesn't flash like that. That's just how the camera's picking it up, but there are all of the different options that you can choose from in terms of your view right in front of you. And then finally, push button start. And that key fob's in my back pocket. Here's the key fob with remote start. But next, we're gonna go ahead and take this 2500 HD AT4X out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this 2500 HD AT4X, the turbo diesel, it's pretty thirsty, I'll give it that, but it's only getting up to speed here. Once you kind of get it going, it becomes a little less of a hog, if you will. But love the ride quality so far. Mostly because of these seats, I'm sure. Now, without a load in here, it does tend to want to pull pretty hard. Having this turbocharged V8. But that makes it kind of fun in my opinion. I'm gonna give it a little pull here in a minute. So very quick. Gonna give it one more pull here. Then we're gonna turn the cruise on. So ride quality is, again, just driving this thing, cruising without hitting bumps is pretty great. You can see the fuel economy numbers there. So we're getting right at 20 on this downhill incline, but you could probably expect, without anything in here, 14 to 15 miles per gallon. That's on a good day, of course. But the overall comfort of this compared to, let's say, one that's half the price in a work truck model is, it's night and day just having heated seats here, a heated steering wheel, this leather, the sunroof. And it just makes the harsher ride of a heavy duty pickup truck that much more, I should say that much less of a burden, if you will. Now, comparing this to Ram or Ford, you can expect to pay about the same money for an F-Series limited 2500, I'd say, and then for Ram's top of the line 3/4 ton, you're probably paying the same money there as well. But there's just something about this Duramax setup, the sound, and then particularly with this AT4X trim, just all that you get here, just the luxury amenities, the towing features, just a very nice heavy duty pickup. Now, visibility, I'd probably pump my seat up. Again, this isn't necessarily how I like to drive, but I like to get that wider angle when I'm doing the test drives here. But if it was me, I'd probably have the seat leaned up a bit more. I'd have the seat bottom pushed up quite a bit more because the hood is a bit intrusive. It slopes down, but it's still in your face quite a bit. But I mean, again, this is a heavy duty pickup, so what? It's just how it is. And I think it's funny, there is a Titan XD in front of me here. And just knowing that this will probably pull about twice as much as that thing, even though that's considered Nissan's heavy duty truck. It's kind of like a light heavy duty truck, and this is more of a full size heavy duty. And with the AT4X, you're not, and in the 2500 trim as well, or series, excuse me, you're not pulling as much as you could with the 3500 dually without having a lift and these tires and all these extras, but you're still pretty capable. And then when you're not pulling anything, you got a bad truck, inside and out. But for those that are interested in this, I think there's a reason that GM made these. Obviously, people were looking for something that was almost like I don't want to say it was an off-road rally truck, but just something a little more off-road oriented, a little more aggressive. They probably tow a bigger trailer every so often, or an RV every so often, but they just want something that looks good, drives well, and has every luxury amenity you could think of for a heavy duty truck. And that's pretty much what you get in this 2024 GMC Sierra 2500 HD AT4X.